Welcome to One Tired Teacher, episode 202, a look back at 5 blissful ideas to make this holiday spectacular for teachers. So today we're looking back at episode 58. We're going to talk about some blissful ways to make this holiday special for you. Now you've made it. It's the day after Christmas and you've gotten through all the crazy parts. We still have New Year's, but you've done it. Now I really hope that you're taking this time to take care of yourself and you're taking this time to rejuvenate and enjoy the moments. So let's take a listen back to episode 58. Hi, welcome to One Tired Teacher, episode 58. 5 blissful ideas to make this holiday spectacular for teachers. If you are listening to today's episode, you most likely only have one more day left. Oh my goodness, until it is your winter break. Can I hear an amen? I know I won't be able to say that until I make it through today and tomorrow. Oh my goodness. On my last day, I have to be in a room with every single student from every grade who doesn't get to participate in the holiday celebration. I totally get that we need to recognize the good work that kids do, and I think that that is special and important. And I understand that some kids make it really hard to focus on the positives in the room. But talk about heartbreaking. Most kids who misbehave do so because they lack a sense of power, control, a feeling of belonging, a need for attention, or competency. And so now I feel like we'll be reinforcing their lack of belonging. This is really hard for me, and it makes it very tough to even be excited about the last day of school because I feel really sad for these kids, and I am the one that has to spend the time with them. You know, this is hours of like each grade level having a small little celebration, and these kids being left out of it. And I think it's going to be hard. So I am going to be singing amen for sure when Friday is here and it is all over with. So please say some prayers for me. But that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about finding a perfect holiday mindset for you because you have done a really hard job and you have worked like crazy and you've made it all the way through year 2019 and you are almost finished with it as far as school goes. And I really want you to get in the holiday mindset. So today we're going to be focusing on holiday mindset. So often teachers go from frazzled, hectic classrooms right before Christmas to frazzled, hectic holiday households. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. So today, let's talk about 5 blissful ideas to help make your holiday spectacular and get you in the holiday mindset. So I hope you stick around.
Welcome to One Tired Teacher. And even though she may need a nap, this teacher is ready to wake up and speak her truth about the trials and treasures of teaching. Here she is, wide awake. Wait, she's not asleep right now, is she? She is awake, right? Okay. From Trina Devery Teaching and Learning, your host, Trina Devery.
Hey, so you are most likely exhausted, and I think it's really important that you take the next few weeks and you get a chance to really focus on things that are important and special to you. And don't let it just fly by and become another crazy madness that has come into your life. Like, let it be a special time to make memories and really get a chance to take care of you. So let's talk about some blissful ways to get into the holiday mindset. Now that you are nearing the end, you only have one more day to go. You can do it. You can totally do it. All right. So let's talk about number one blissful way. Leave your work at school. Yeah, yes, for real. Like, leave your work at school. Most of the time, we don't even have time to do it anyway. With all the hustle and the bustle of holiday tasks, we often just bring it home to only turn around and bring it right back to school 2 weeks later, untouched. Like, that happens. That happens to me every single time. I think I'm going to get so much stuff done and I'm all ready to go. And I'm like, yes, 2 weeks. I can plan out this and that and I'll be all ahead. And this, who's ever ahead? I'd like to know. I mean, I feel like I used to feel like I know what it felt like to be ahead because I'd have like months of lesson plans ahead in a row, like months ready, prepared in advance. But I don't even like it got worse and worse and worse as time went on. So I don't even think that's possible anymore. And the worst part of this is we let the guilt of untouching our work, we let it eat at us. And how about this year, you give yourself the gift of time. If you must work, then choose only, I'm saying only 1 to 2 days tops, and set a timer for a few hours and then stop when the timer goes off and really stop. It's so important that we train ourselves to trust ourselves. And when we say we're going to stop and we don't, we're training our brains and our bodies that we can't really rely on our words and our intentions. So be honest with yourself and stop. Train yourself to believe your own words and really do stop. There's not a lot that you're going to be able to get done anyway. There just isn't enough time. So leave your work at school. That is the first one. All right. The second blissful idea to make this holiday spectacular is the holidays are in full swing. And although many of us are like loving it and thinking it's fun, sometimes it is difficult. It can be difficult for some people. So this is what I want you to think of for number 2, because sometimes I want you to know that it's okay that the holidays, sometimes they dredge up bad memories and it's a difficult time of year. And whether you're spending the holidays alone this year or your family really stresses you out, maybe that's just me, or you downright aren't sure how you'll afford some of those gifts that you need to buy. I want you to know that you're not alone. So for number 2, I want you to know that you're not alone. And as much as I love the lights and the trees and the attitude of giving, I also get sad at this time of year. And when I was growing up, my parents were not together after the age of 6. And honestly, I don't remember a single Christmas prior to their divorce. I really longed for a dad most days, but Christmas felt worse. And I grew up and I had my own family and Christmas became stressful even as an adult. And even when I had kids, I was like, oh my goodness, this can be so much. It's so much that you're doing and taking on and people coming over and all the tasks with that. And even just the presents and sometimes years were harder financially. It just makes it difficult. As I grew up and I had my own family, Christmases really did feel like a little bit more stressful, even as an adult. And I think that we get overwhelmed and we get frazzled and we feel like we're alone a lot of times. And I think it's important for you to know that you're not alone, that there are other people out there that feel that way, and that you don't have to feel like you're the only one in it. You're not. We all are to an extent. And hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's just happy memories and special times. But sometimes it's just difficult. It can be difficult. And since my job was like most days, I struggled to keep up with my house and, it was just hard. So I'm not going to bore you to tears, but the holidays were harder later as well. So this idea can work for anyone, but it is especially important if you are like me and you don't love the holiday season. I want you to know that you're not alone. That's part of number 2. But the other part of number 2 is spending time in nature. Even if it's freezing outside, spend a little time enjoying the world around you. Being outside, even if it's briefly, will do you wonders for your peace of mind. And I'm excited to say that I will be visiting my sister this year in North Carolina, and I am excited to go snow skiing for the very first time in my life. I've water skied many times, but this is going to be my first time on the snow. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited about being outside in the snow because I live in Florida and it's hot and it's still hot. And even at the time of this recording, we had a little cold front, but it was, now it's back up to like 80. So it's still hot. So I'm looking forward to that. So being out in nature, knowing you're not alone is important. And being out in nature can give you a new perspective. So if times are tight or things are hard or it gets stressful, go take a break outside for a minute. Just look around at the world and you will realize you're not alone and that there are some beautiful things out in the world. All right, number 3, find a reason that inspires you, motivates you, brings you just a piece of joy. Focus on that reason. It may be a spiritual reason for enjoying the holidays, or it might be a smile on the face of a loved one. Focus on that one reason and allow it to soak into your bones. We all have something that brings us happiness. So really focus on that one thing. I will say, even though I kind of went on and on about how hard Christmases have been in the past, there were some special moments too. And I will say the father of my children, who I was married to for 17 years, he used to love Christmas. So he'd make a giant ordeal out of Christmas, and you would wake up, and even I would go to bed and I'd wake up on Christmas morning, and it did feel like it was like magical. It was transformed, and it felt like Santa Claus had been there. It was incredible. So that is a good thing that I like to remember about Christmas. So I will say that. But my reasons for something that inspires me and motivates me are my children. And whether they are near or far, they will always be an important part of what makes me filled with joy. I hope that you have something that fills you with joy as well. All right, number 4, choose at least one day to give to yourself. This is a really important one because as a teacher, you do so much for others each and every day. And then you add family and friends to that list, and you are a full-time giver. It is time to give back to you. When we take time to refuel by focusing on ourselves for just a moment, it allows us to be better givers to others. So if you have to think of it like that, if you have to give yourself an excuse, even though you shouldn't, you should be okay with taking a little bit of time for yourself. But if you have to give yourselves a little excuse, help yourself remember that you are so much better at giving to others when you have been refueled, refilled. So think of it as a gift for you, all for you. But most of all, I want you to do it for yourself. It can be anything from a spa day or a day in your room with your favorite book or a day off from cooking. I mean, somebody else can do the cooking for one day, even if that is McDonald's. Anything that brings you joy and lights you up. I want you to just spend at least one of those days of those 14 days off or however many days you have, and I want you to give yourself a gift. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It might just be time. It might be sleeping in, just something for yourself for one whole day. And then number 5, the 5th blissful idea to make this holiday spectacular is, and it's last but not least, say no. Yes, it is that simple. Say no. If something doesn't light you up or give you or you don't have a specific purpose for you and your family, then say no. This time should not be spent in constant obligations. That is what makes it so crazy and hectic. That is where I look back on Christmases with a little bit of Grinch mentality because of the obligations. So just say no. And it's okay to say no to some things. And unless you like that go, go, go pace. And some people too. Some people love that go, go, go pace. And if you are one of those people, if you are the go, go, go person, think about some of those introverts in your life who can't always keep up with that and maybe give them a little bit of grace. But it is important not to overlook this break. It goes by so fast and we often end up feeling like, where did the time go? This year, say no to some things and replace that with things that you do love, that you don't feel like are an obligation, that just really genuinely bring you happiness. People you want to see and spend time with. Fill your time with those people with no strings attached. All right. I hope you have a restful, recharging break and that your time brings you some peace and joy. One Tired Teacher will be back in the new year. So we're going to be off for 2 weeks. Can you believe it? this is the first time in over a year of podcasting that we've taken a break. So we're going to be off for 2 years, but I will be back in 2020. So I hope to see you then. Until then, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, sweet dreams, and sleep tight.